Today is Gimel Iyar, the Yurtzat of my Zayde, the Rabban Shel Yisroel, Reb Shayele Kirestirer, to whom hundreds and thousands of Yiddish kinder feel themselves bound to him, and they're trying to be medavik themselves in his avodah to be able to get from his ashpur. What can I really, as a simple Yid, do to be dovik in Reb Shayele? I think there's a very deep opinion that's shaykh for every Yid in every matziv. Reb Shayele was known for his gewaltige koich of ivurayches lachmechu. He had a bracha in his food. When he still was a young boy, a young bocher, as a mishamish, a servant by his great Rebbe, Reb Hershel Elisker, he was a very devoted mishamish, and his Rebbe admired him very much. One Shabbos afternoon, Reb Shayele was going around between the Chassidim before Shalashidis and giving bilkis to everyone for Shalashidis like it was his minig and custom every week. But Reb Hershel, his Rebbe, instead of going to wash, he's standing and staring on his mishamish Shayele, and the Chassidim asked him, Rebbe, it's late, we have to go wash. The Rebbe said, no, I'm looking at Reb Shayele, how he's tiling the bilkis. And they asked him, he's doing this every week, what's so special this week? And the Rebbe said, you don't see? The sack is empty and Shayele is tiling bilkis from an empty sack. This koich that Reb Shayele had, even when he was a young boy, he had it throughout his whole life. Giving bilkis from an empty sack, pouring whiskey from an empty bottle, giving soup from an empty pot, giving cake from an empty tray. People could think that this avodah that Reb Shayele did, this is avodah that it's meant for tzaddikim. It's not for me, it's not shaykh to me. But if you think deeply, you can see that dafke this is shaykh for every yid and every day. Person gets up in the morning, has to go daven, learn, go to work, and he feels himself like an empty sack. He has no koiches to overcome the challenges of the nisyonis of his daily life. Then he should remind himself of the koich from Reb Shayele. Reb Shayele had the koich to take out a bilke from an empty sack. And every single yid has the koich to be medabik in this middah and this koich. Every time you feel you can't, every time you feel you don't have the koich, and you're going and you're pulling out from yourself the koich, that's creating a bilkel from an empty sack. That's mamish the vaikis in the middle for Reb Shayele. You're creating your koich from emptiness. And this is going to bring you bruche in ashpur, berachnis, begashmis, and Hashem should help. Everyone should be zoiche in the koich, in the schis for Reb Shayele, to be gebenched with bune, chai, and mezoine, le soiva, veloi, le ruzen.
Reb Shayele ben Reb Moshe, Reb Shayele ben Reb Moshe, Hoil faklal Yisru, hui bune, chai, mezoine.